Hey everyone, and welcome to Strong Men with Jared Whitaker. So I'm doing a little bit of a series where I'm going to be having people on from services that offer support to male victims and their families for a variety of different things like domestic abuse, false allegations, people that get wrongly convicted. And today I'm joined by Emma, who is the founder of Unseen Victims. So Emma, thanks for coming on. And
Thank
Emma,
you. Thank you for inviting me. Yeah.
yeah, no, and really simple. I mean, these videos are more just to showcase to people what's out there, especially guys. I think we are terrible at knowing what kind of things are out there that we could actually reach out to for help. So if you could give a little bit of an overview as to what Unseen Victims is and does and how you came about, or any other information you want to put in there.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you very much again for inviting me along. I really appreciate it, Jared. Unseen victims, well, me actually. So in 2016, I was thrown into the world of the false allegation and wrongful conviction movement due to my ex-partner and partner at the time. I perceived that he had a wrongful conviction against him, and I got heavily involved in that. Um, Over the last 7 years, or 8 years now it is, this has developed into an organisation which I now am the founder of, which is called Unseen Victims. The work that we do isn't necessarily with the people who have been accused or jailed or found themselves in the predicament that a lot of men do, but it's the indirect victims of another's criminality. And what we do is we support those people through the whole journey of the criminal justice system. And in an ideal world, we will be, getting in touch with these people at the minute of arrest, and we'll follow them through until the afterlife. It's a continuous journey that these people are going on. And as the founder, I've developed a toolbox that I hope will assist these people through however long, they live on these journeys, because they're not very nice. A lot of bad things go on.
Yeah, and I think what's key there is, like let's say a guy gets wrongfully accused of rape or something like that, and he goes to jail for that. He's not the only victim. There's families involved. There's mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, children. They're all involved, and they're, I guess, obviously for you, the unseen victims here.
Yeah, I mean, as a community, I've never spoken to one person who has ever not put a direct victim's, you know, injury above their own. But at the end of the day, there's a financial and emotional massive burden placed on anybody who's supporting somebody on these journeys. And so there's so little ever actually discussed about that. There's very little consideration. The stigma associated with, supporting somebody through these journeys is as raw as it's ever been. And what we hope to do, is break down some of those boundaries. And anybody can find themselves on these journeys at any time to absolutely no fault of their own. And so that's, something that we heavily promote, is that, it can happen to you. Don't think
Yeah.
you're above it, because it can happen to you at any time.
Well, I mean, I think the one of the big reasons why I've started all of this is because when I went through everything, I went through domestic abuse, false allegations, parental alienation, and I had no idea what was out there, absolutely none. And it's only through starting to write books about it and researching it and meeting people like yourself and other organizations that I now realize, well, these tools and support is available. So I'm hoping by
Mm.
starting to share the word that people can see, okay, there's actually places, because I don't want people to go through it like I did, completely clueless and blind. So
No.
it's amazing what you're doing, and
Yeah.
it's fantastic. And if people do want to get in touch with you
This
or with Unseen Victims, how do they?
I just want to say this because, I mean, just this week alone, I've had 10 people who contacted me independently, and they've said, had I not had you in your organisation, who I've found very recently, as a source of support and advice, I really don't know where I would have been, because there is, they have no other support apart from what we're
Yeah.
giving them.
Well, that's
But yeah,
amazing.
I created a toolbox. That's what I call it. I call it a toolbox. So I've
Yeah.
got the book that I wrote, which was, that's an account of my own journey and that of and I I think there's about 13 other individuals who contributed and their personal lived experience. Yeah, so what we've
Yeah.
created is a toolbox. So we have my book, and that's available on Amazon. And I would recommend that, even though it's about sexual offending, because that was my history, it's also, there's critical bits of information in there about attending court, court etiquette, first night, all of the first that you will go through. And I mean, there's some quite interesting bits of reading for people about the things that happened to me along my journey. We've got a website, which is obviously www.unseenvictims.org.uk. We have web chat that is available via the website. We have safe social media, and safe is very important at this moment in time. And you can find us on Facebook. We have, obviously, that can be emailed. We have a telephone number, which is available on the website. But what we try to implore is that anybody who finds themselves on these journeys, please get in touch, because there's a lot of support out there for you. You are cared for, you are loved, and you are respected by this community that you found yourself in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the key thing, that it's not one support service or one person on their own. We're all kind of in it together, and we're all there.
Yeah.
But I will take all your links and all your links to your socials, website, your book, etc., and I'll stick it in the description of the video so people can find it immediately. But
Brilliant.
yeah, look, thanks so much for what you do, and it's great because I think
you keep doing what you're doing. You are fantastic. What you are doing, your voice, your voice, and this community has never been as strong as it is right now.
Yeah.
And the people who are coming on board and giving your opinions, and everything that you are doing is fantastic. So high five.
And well, thank you. And the one thing I do want to point out is, obviously I've called what I do strong men, but that's, obviously clearly you are a woman. But there's a lot of good, strong women fighting on behalf of men to make sure that we can have good, strong men. And that's really great, that it's not just, men fighting in their own corner and women fighting in their own corner. Everyone's kind of coming together for what's right.
It's a community.
Yeah, and it's really good. So, if people were looking at this going, it says strong men and there's a woman on there. No, it's strong men, that we want to be strong men and have strong men supported by everyone.
That's very important. Yeah, it's the indirect victims, and that's what makes you guys strong. We keep you guys going, and that's something that should be really heavily considered.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Emma.